A lot of people are surprised when I say that I am a 28-year-old woman, married and staying away from my family, staying away from my husband. But yeah, that is the reality of life. My name is Abhilasha and I am a 28-year-old woman living alone in Ahmedabad. So I live here because my job is here and there are a lot of other reasons too, which I will later maybe tell you. But yeah, I live in Ahmedabad. I live with four other women. Oh, sorry, three other women. And I am the fourth one. So we live in a 3 BHK apartment, which I will also show you. So this is how my life looks like post office. So I usually get free from office around 6 p.m. and I head to the gym directly because I used to come home and then go to the gym and I used to fail miserably because I was very tired and lazy. So yeah, so I go to the gym, I work out for some time. I do not like going to the gym obviously for obvious reasons, but yeah, I go to the gym, I work out a bit and then head out to home. The area I stay in is like at the heart of Ahmedabad, and it's a very nice locality with a lot of convenience around, a lot of shops which are very easily accessible. So I chose this place. The rent is a bit high, but I don't mind paying that much of rent for my comfort. So this is my house. So I have a single room, and once I reach home, the first thing I do is take out my tiffin boxes for Didi to wash. So we have a Didi who comes once in the morning and once after we are done with dinner. So she is basically the wife of our guard. So they stay here in our apartment. So it's easier for her as well. So she usually comes for two times, one in the morning for cleaning, washing utensils, and doing some of the dusting work. And in the evening, she only comes for washing our utensils, which are usually the tiffins from our lunches and also the dinner utensils if we ever cook. So most of us we do cook at home and we do eat together sometimes, and sometimes we individually cook. Growing up, I always dreamed of living alone in a city where nobody knew me. I used to romanticize the idea of having my own space, my own room, figuring things out on my own, taking public transport and going to office every day and build a life from scratch. Back then, it always felt like it was some kind of a movie and maybe something straight out of a movie, but the freedom, the independence, the excitement of exploring new places and discovering who you are when you're completely on your own is something that I am living right now. And I live in a city that obviously once felt very unfamiliar. I go to work alone, run errands, manage bills, make weekend plans alone, and navigate both the exciting and difficult parts of adulthood by myself. And of course, it is not always glamorous as I imagined. There are lonely days, stressful days, and moments when I miss home. But there are also moments when I catch myself walking through the city, heading to work, or sitting alone at my favorite cafe, and I realize that this is the life that I actually used to dream about. And it is also funny how the things once we imagined as kids eventually become our everyday reality. So once I freshen up and everything, I usually prepare dinner. So most days I eat khichdi along with some kind of chicken or eggs bhurji in bhurji form or boiled eggs or omelette or something. And today again, it's the same thing. I am cooking dalia khichdi. Most days I have dalia khichdi and alternatively also have dal khichdi as in the rice and dal one, but mostly it's dalia khichdi only because I prefer that more. I also crave for dal chawal, but again, I feel like it's too much of work making dal separately and chawal separately for just the one person. It's too much, I feel. A lot of people ask me if it is difficult living alone, especially after getting married. And honestly, yes, there are days when it is. But my husband and I have been in a long distance relationship for almost 11 years now. Between college, work, different cities, and different phases of life, we've spent a large part of our relationship figuring out how to make distance work. So, while living alone as a married woman isn't necessarily what most people imagine, it is something we've been quite comfortable over the years. We've also learned to be present for each other despite the miles, celebrate milestones over video calls, and find joy in little moments we do get together. That said, we both are hopeful, obviously, that this chapter won't last forever. Hopefully, very soon we'll finally be in the same city, building a home, and sharing the everyday moments we've spent years looking forward to. Another thing that probably helps me is that I'm a single child, so I've grown up being comfortable with my own company. Don't get me wrong, I've been fortunate to have amazing friends throughout school, college, and every phase of my life, but I've never really been someone who needs people around all the time. I genuinely enjoy spending time by myself. So, living alone hasn't been as difficult as many people would assume. I usually keep myself busy with work, with content creation, exploring cafes, which I do rarely nowadays, but yeah, watching something maybe. Watching a lot of reels nowadays, actually, which is too much, I feel I should reduce. But yeah, going for walks. I stay near CG Road, which is like a very famous area in Ahmedabad, and CG Road. And there's also one garden nearby, which is called Parimal Garden, and it's a very beautiful garden. So I really enjoy my walks alone in solace, listening to a podcast or some music, or just simply doing household chores. I love washing clothes. I know people who would know me personally, they know that I love washing clothes. So that is also something that I really look forward to. And yeah, it's not like I'm completely alone here. Some of my closest friends live in Gandhinagar, which is around an hour away. So we often meet up. Often is like once in 2 months, maybe. But sometimes I go there, sometimes they come over to Ahmedabad. I've also made some wonderful friends through work, and we regularly hang out after office or on weekends. I have a friend from office who comes to my gym, so we often hang out together. So while I live by myself, I never really feel lonely. But yeah, I think there's a difference between being alone and feeling alone, and thankfully, I have a good balance of both solitude and companionship in my life. One question I get asked quite often is, why don't you just move in with your husband and live with your in laws? And trust me, I've thought about it many times, and there are days when I miss home. Home, as in both homes. My parents stay in Guwahati, my in laws and husband stay in Pune. So, and the idea of packing up and leaving everything behind and finally living in the same city under the same roof sounds incredibly tempting. But I wonder if life would be simpler if I just resigned and moved on. But then reality kicks in, and it's not easy to go from having a stable income and a career you've worked hard to build to suddenly having neither. Of course, I know that if I move, I will eventually find another job. I'm confident in my abilities and experience, but there is always a period of uncertainty in between, and that is what makes the decision difficult. So, over the past few years, I've built a life and a career for myself. I've invested time, energy. My parents have invested a lot of money in my career as in my education, and in learning, growing, making mistakes, and figuring out what kind of work I enjoy. I finally found a stable job, a predictable routine, and a level of professional independence that gives me a lot of peace in my mind. And I've also realized something about myself, that I don't think I would be happy without having a career of my own. It's not even about being ambitious or being selfish or something like that, but it is about having something that is mine, a sense of purpose, a reason to get up every morning. Obviously, most mornings I dread to wake up, but the satisfaction of doing meaningful work and being financially independent, yeah, that is something I like. Now, people might ask me if this is my dream job, and it is probably not. But I also don't think that careers work that way for most people. Every role teaches you something, every experience opens a door, and every step that takes you a little closer to where you eventually want to be. And this job may not be the final destination, but yeah, it is definitely a step in the right direction. So for now, we are choosing patience and making long distance work while I continue building my career and he continues building his career. I'm done with dinner. Let's see अब क्या करना है. So I usually meal prep the day before. So for tomorrow, I am thinking of making chana or chole. I was confused, then I decided on chana. And guys, I'm so happy because this chana no is from our farm in Rajasthan. So my in-laws they have a farm, and when I had my chance to go to Rajasthan, maybe in April, I got this from there, and yeah, it is very tasty actually. It is way better than store-bought chanas. So I will soak them tonight, and tomorrow morning I'll then make maybe a curry or a fried rice or something, a pulao or something. So, what do you guys usually do? Like, do you guys prep your dinner the day before, or you just go with the flow and morning may you decide, ki I want to eat something, I'll make this and that and this and that. It is very difficult for me to decide in the morning. My room is usually very messy, but I want to clean it today, and that is why I thought of filming this video, to be honest, in the first place, because I know if I'm not filming or not doing anything, I will not clean this. And if I film, I would definitely clean this because I have to show it in the video. So, yeah, this is a very unfiltered kind of a video that I'm making, and I am trying to clean this. One thing people would probably never guess about me is that I'm very messy as a person. A lot of people who know me personally, I mean, I don't think my friends from school know that, but a lot of people who have actually stayed with me in the hostel might know this. And also, um, my friend Anisha, she always scolds me for this. But I love watching aesthetic room makeover videos, beautifully organized homes, cozy corners, and Pinterest worthy spaces. But if you see my room on most days, you'd probably be surprised. Apart from my bed, which I absolutely need to keep tidy, I change bed sheets in like 4 to 5 days, if not a week. The rest of the room usually ends up looking like organized chaos. But I've struggled with keeping my space neat for as long as I can remember. It's not like I don't like a clean room, I love it, but somehow I manage to create a mess faster than I can clean it. And my husband also hates that about me. Lately, though, I have been making a conscious effort to change that. Over the past week, I've been trying to make my room feel a little more presentable and a little more me, not because of anyone is coming over or something, but I realized that the space I spend most of my time in affects how I feel. So one of the things I wanted to do was to create a painting for my wall. So I found this numbered painting kit, DIY painting kit, which was there in my room since I moved in, and I had this whole idea in my mind that I was genuinely excited about it. It felt like a small project that would make the room feel more personal and less like a temporary place that I'm staying in. So I started, and then life had other plans. Instead of finishing the painting, I ended up with cervical pain and I had to stop. The canvas is still sitting there, unfinished, waiting for me to get back to it. And the younger version of me would probably have been annoyed that I could not complete it immediately. But now I think it's okay. The painting can wait. My father was also disappointed to hear this because my father is an artist. But yeah, the room does not need to be perfect overnight. Maybe making a home isn't about one dramatic makeover. Maybe it's just a collection of small efforts. And yeah, these are salt crystals that I got from a nearby grocery store. It is not focusing. But yeah, so I never thought or knew that you get to buy salt crystals like these. So it was interesting. I have had a very complicated relationship with my hair for most of my life. Growing up, I never really knew what to do with it. My mom did not know either. So my hair was usually brushed, tied up, and left to exist while everyone around me seemed to know how to style their hair using the right products and somehow make it look effortlessly good. In the Northeast, a lot of people usually have straight hair, and I crave for it as well, but it did not happen. For the longest time, I thought my hair was the problem, but then in college, I discovered the curly girl method and an entire world of hair care content online. And suddenly, there were routines, techniques, products, gels, creams, satin pillowcases, and the whole package. I became convinced that I had finally found the solution to all my hair problems. So, like many college students with the access of internet and some pocket money, and let's just say it did not go according to plan, somewhere along the way I started noticing significant hair loss, especially around my front scalp. Whether it was the constant styling, product overload, my shifting to a new place, stress, or a combination of everything, my hairline started thinning and it genuinely stressed me a lot. And that was my turning point. I stopped chasing perfect curls, I stopped obsessing over routines, I stopped trying every trend that promised the best hair of my life. So these days, my hair is far from Instagram perfect. It's often frizzy. It doesn't always have the definition, and some days it looks like it has a personality of its own. But honestly, I don't mind anymore at this point. I'd just rather have slightly frizzy, unstyled hair than no hair at all. And Ahmedabad, Pani, to worst of all the places I've stayed till now. I've realized that not every problem needs a 10-step routine. Sometimes your hair just wants to be left alone, and sometimes accepting that your hair as it can be far more freeing than constantly trying to fix it. So if you ever see me frizzy hair, just it's a conscious choice, because after everything we've been through together, my hair and I are finally at peace. Peace, for that matter. Unlike my hair, my relationship with skincare has always been pretty simple. Growing up, skincare wasn't really a thing in my house. We had one soap, maybe for everything. It was mostly little soap, and maybe a cold cream, that blue color Nivea. but nobody talked about how active ingredients, barriers, skincare barriers, niacinamide, and whatnot. My husband knows it better. I feel he has great skin, and he also uses great products. But suddenly, everyone seemed to have flawless skin and a bathroom shelf full of products. And I also bought some of those, and this is also something I stole from my husband. It's an niacinamide serum, and it's really good, guys. I will also link it below if you want. But I've realized that my skin is happiest when I stop trying to do too much and also stop eating junk. And also, this is mango season, so I have a lot of acne coming on and off of my face because of mangoes. So today my honest skincare routine is boring. It's a face wash and a niacinamide and Pond's ka moisturizer, which I love. This is something I really swear by. And my skin looks fine, yeah, I don't mind. And my bank account also thanks me. Oh, guys, by the way, I do not believe in too much consumerism. A lot of people will laugh because they think I'm the most consume. I don't know what is the word, but I do not have a laundry bag. And these are my books, which are sitting on a pile of dust because I haven't read any of these properly. I'll fix my bed. I love to do laundry, as I've told you earlier, and I also try to um, think about what to wear the next day and keep it ready, starting from the clothes to the undergarments. And the one that I was just folding was a top that one of my friend, because she had gotten thinner, she had given it to me. I had thrifted it from her, but I'm sad because it got some of the stains from another garment of mine, and I wash it every time I wash a set of clothes. But that thing is not going. So if anybody has any tips to remove stain, uh, cloth bleeding stain, so can you please drop them in the comments below so that I can fix that top of mine and wear it again. So I've recently got my hand on Bliss Club pants and they are really amazing. So for tomorrow's office also I'm wearing a Bliss Club pant because I don't need to change it again in the gym, and a short kurti which I got from an exhibition, and keeping it ready. I also keep my undergarments ready because I feel it takes too much of effort in the morning to do all of these things. And then lastly, I will relax in my room for a bit and then obviously go to sleep. But I feel I should not watch too much screen, which I really, really need to figure out how to reduce, because because during office I am on screen, and after coming back to home, either I'm on my phone on video call with my family, and or I'm on my laptop doing something or the other. But I should start reading those books which have got some dust, and learn something new, maybe focus on something else. But I'm struggling, and let's see what happens. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, can you please share this video, like, comment, and hit the subscribe button to encourage my efforts. And also, if you have any ideas, you can drop them on the comment section below. And see you in my next video. Bye bye. Sayonara.